Esports don't want to allow Roasted White to that point. Roasted White, they've been consistently able to get that 3 games in a row. The 4th game, will it be any different? Yeah, there we go. Look at his glasses.
It's all right.
It's a great look, you know? It's just like, he's the villain. You can't see him. Like,
I don't agree with your analysis
you can't see
of those
like
glasses,
what's behind his glasses, you know? He's scheming.
These are cooler. I like these glasses.
Sure, they're nice glasses.
Yeah.
You know, as someone with like...
These are nice glasses too.
Really needs glasses. Like,
Yeah.
being able to... Seeing a nice pair of glasses is always nice.
I know why you like Nian's glasses, because you have the exact same pair.
I don't know what you're talking about. Game number 4, Roasted White versus Nova Esports. One more chance here for Roasted White to pull back, go 2-2, and maybe win a Game 5. But now, Nova Esports very close to being the first team making their way into the semis.
Granted, elimination game here, match point. And Luna is on Orianna duty. I gotta say, I'm not a fan of this. I feel like when push comes to shove, when your tournament lives are on the line, you want Luna to be on a pick that he can perform on. And I think that's the cocky. Putting him on the Orianna here raises some questions for me for sure. Maybe it's just a better laning matchup. Sure, I agree with that. But if you want to assess the players, I would have loved to see Luna have a chance to carry here.
I don't know. I feel like there's some discussion going on in the background that we're not aware of. That says, yeah, Luna has been looking good. Maybe this Orianna is something they can try and work out with. But of course, that is yet to be seen.
Luna has not been hit by a single piercing arrow from Remake, who has thrown like 3 or 4 at this point. Squeaky clean here on the Orianna.
He is playing a very good series right now.
Yeah, he's definitely playing a fantastic series, but unfortunately it has not been enough. Now Nova on match point, like you said, the first team to possibly make it into the semis, into the top 4. Roasted White, they have one last chance to stop it here. Bring us to a Game 5.
There we go, flashing forward to get the root down, and with the Sonic Wave, flashing forward, Resonating Strike held and waited. One more dot of damage onto 0. He will not die, Omo.
So close there. The damage calculation just a bit off, and that's a win for Roasted White. You went 2 flashes for 1.
Nova played it as well as they could have.
Yeah, it's perfect.
They held everything, did not use the Resonating Strike too early. They held onto it, flash forward for the auto attacks first instead. Rattel looking for a solo kill onto Itza, but the Nimbus Strike not available, not there for the kill.
Yeah, that was a perfect play coming in from Long and Nian. The only problem is cinched into Cocky. This is not a matchup you can trade health in. You were not able to trade before, and because of that, when the gang comes true, you just don't have enough damage to 100-0-0. That kind of rhymed. 100-0-0?
It's not
okay,
really.
It's not a rhyme, but whatever you want to call it.
Sure, yeah, it's a thing. You know, it's a.
Well, it's one of those
It's
things.
repetition, I guess.
That's L.
You said it.
Oh, but look at this.
Secondary try in the mid lane, a second attempt, and this time 0 will fall.
I think 0 was as shocked by that as we were. Just out of nowhere, Long has somehow hit level 5, comes right around the back, kicks you into the waiting arms of Nian and Yemi. Fantastic play there. We said it was a win for Roasted White because you burned 2 flashes for 1. But you know that Nova will capitalize when your flash is down. No counterplay there from 0.
All of this Protobell picked up here by Nian, so it means he's going to be able to consistently move in onto 0. He needs a lot here.
He does. He needs a lot of time. That's the big thing right now. Given how Nova have been playing out this entire series, I have a feeling that if he goes to side lane, even with Howbreaker, he's going to get picked on.
What's happening here again? I mean, yeah, it's trying to get into position. It's going to start to clear out the wave. Yami's going to pick up his ultimate level 5 here.
I think they could have been a little bit more patient, frankly.
Maybe just go for a dive here. Frankly, they should be able to go for it.
Yummy has hit level 5. He has the ultimate available, but they will not try to force a play right now. This is a good timing window. If they can chunk out Rattel, maybe they look for a roam there. I think the Dragon Lane is not where you want to go. Wait, that's a solo kill.
Looking for the ultimate. Gets a knock up on the turret. Picks up the heal for the Honeyfruit time. But Rattel with the outplay.
Yeah, Rattel called the ambulance, but not for him. I thought it was a solo kill, and it was. But he held the Cyclone for just long enough that he baited Iza under the tower, just barely miscalculating the lethal. And frankly, I don't blame him because I miscalculated it too.
Honestly, playing it so well there, top side.
Clutch.
Gives him the Divine Sundra, and now he goes back into lane with a slight advantage.
That's a big spike in this matchup because the Sundra lets you proc percentage health on the Garen. It heals you so much on your golden stuff strikes. This is where the matchup starts to swing, but Long does not want to let that happen.
Rattel once again trading against Iza, but this time around Long's up towards the top side,
So
looking for the flash kick. But beautifully timed clone means Rattel gets it back off in time. Do starts to move in onto Iza, trades back a good amount of damage. The isolation gives Roaster Y a good chance there.
If Roaster Y can stop the base for Iza, if they can keep him low health right now, they'll be in a very good position to secure the Rift Herald spawn. They need to stop Iza from basing, but then again, as I stated, I'm reminded he is a Garen.
You don't have to use the leap, because there's the safeguard, obviously.
All right, so package getting picked up now. This is a very big scenario to play out in front of us right now. Inferno Dragon and Herald are going to be spawning. I think both of these teams want to contest. You have the package and you have power spikes on both teams. It's going to be Roaster Y starting off the Herald.
It's like you mentioned, Iza had to spend so much time in lane, so now only getting the recall will be late towards the objective.
Roaster Y can run down now. They should stop that.
Rift Herald getting picked up here by Roaster Y, but they
Go
need to pick up the
down!
eye so they can get the smite down. The Dragon now looking to go over to Nova Esports in that time. Package comes across. He will go over the long with the smite secured in time, but the end dashes in too aggressively. Nearly loses his life despite the package. Rattel comes in with the knockout, with the cyclone. Do with an assassination in mid lane. A kill onto Ita.
And now they have the priority. They still have tools available. They have Shockwave. Do they want to try to pressure this? Not quite.
It's going to be difficult. Yen is still around. Remake still around. Won't be able to get the turret here, but the Rift Herald expanded in the mid lane.
Honestly, a very even game state right now, but I'll give the edge to Nova just because they got that Inferno Dragon. That's going to be such a big pickup for them. And I think if you look at Nova's team comp, they're not at their spikes yet. The next Dragon, when some lethality starts to come out for Remake, when Nian gets a 2-3 item spike on that Cinch, when Long gets a 2-3 item spike on Lee Sin, that's when I think their comp really starts to take over. And Roaster Y, they need a bit more time. Corki will not be online that soon, especially with how Breaker first item. Oriana needs to stack a tier. It takes a while to get to Seraphs. And I think Nova, frankly, should just run over Roaster Y at the next team fight.
I mean, something that we see so often in these games is the early Dragons go off to one side and the other Dragon goes to somebody else. We'll have to see if Nova will be able to prevent that from being the case. Last game they were able to.
Yeah. I think also in that entire setup, frankly, Roaster Y, if they rotated a bit earlier, if they went down a bit quicker, they might have been able to stop the Dragon, get a couple more kills. But I can also understand their hesitation. Look at how clean this Cinch is.
This is interesting. Exhaust onto Zero. Nian won't be able to get a kill here, but Long spots out Rattel towards the top side. Fortunately for him, I don't think that's anything to be amounted here. They are trying to pick up this turret towards the top end. I think he's just in a decent position now, especially with the Bramble Vest. It's going to be difficult for Rattel to finish him off too easily.
Yeah, it's a bit curious that they're trying to pressure onto the Wukong. He's not very easy to kill at this point in the game.
Such an aggressive position from Nian in 2 versus 1. More than willing to try and take on Do and Zero to make a misstep. He's going to be there to try and get the flip. Pull you back in on the turret, but the leap coming through.
The
Yami
timing.
going to try and chase after with the quickness. Trying to look for the knock up onto Do, but won't be able to get there in time. It expires and Do gets to walk away yet again.
And this is what I was talking about in Game 3. Nova are doing such a good job at trying to trade sides of the map, making plays on both sides of the map, but Roaster Y have been answering them every single time, and that's exactly what you need to do to beat a WRL team. This is one of the things they do best. They split the map so well, but Roaster Y doing it even better than them. But Nova, at the end of the day, the team fighting is where they still manage to find the dub last game.
What an intense situation here. Nova realize they have the advantage, and so they're looking to try and capitalize, try and build an advantage for themselves. Something Roaster Y have had difficulty doing in the past. Roaster desperately trying to clear the way, prevent Nova's dive in the bot side.
Okay, we're just gonna see both teams back away right now. A very tense situation. You don't want to make a risk that could lose you this game. Nova, this is your chance to book yourself a ticket to at least the top 4 right now. And the Roaster Y, last life. You're on your last legs. You can't afford to slip up. Both teams taking a step back. We're going to see scaling, and this is why I think Roaster Y's comp might have a chance. Because if both teams are a bit cautious, and we get to the Elder Dragon again, then you're scaling online.
And Roaster Y, frankly, a top 4 team last time around the competition, want to try and repeat that. They want to have some representation going into it with the WCK in the conversation for one of the best teams in the world. They already are in the knockout stages, but how do they bring that a step further? Well, first step, close out this game, win this game against Nova, and then the series. Well, Nova, of course, they want to keep things going for the WRL, be the first team to make their way into the semis.
And Nian in a little bit of trouble, gets forced to pop his out. Not going to be anything too severe. That's not a game-winning or a game-losing ultimate. But with the package, with the inside track, this should be Roaster Y finding a play here. I thought they
forced
would.
away.
Getting
Zero
away.
getting chased after. He's been grounded. He won't be able to get away easy. The package is up. He dashes towards the reptile. Has to use the Valkyrie again. Starts to dash away. Over by the backline. Iza's still alive and fighting long. Nearly taken down. Those tries to jump in. Gets to execute in time, but a massive flip from Yen with a kill. Back on the go. Luna goes down, and Nomel dashing over the reptile. The arrow misses out for remake. Gets the chance of a knock up, and a double kill for Rattel.
And I thought that Nova would have won that fight because Iza kills Luna in a 1v2 situation. But at the end of the day, this Wukong is just so strong right now. Together with the backup from Do and Nomel and Zero, Rattel manages to clean up. And that's a small win here for Roaster Y. They do spend the package though.
Yen kind of is it's kind of an assassin here, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, look at what happens here first. He gets a knockback. Okay, all is good, all is well. And then you'd think that Zero would be safe, but watch what Yen does here.
What does Nian do here?
Well, after this one, he's gonna run around for a little bit, and then he takes out Do. He flashes the wall chase after. Look at the amount of damage that he did there as well.
Man,
It's
honestly,
kind of an assassin.
the Cinch
Assassin
is
Cinch.
very strong right now, but Rattel even stronger with the Sundra. The only problem was he was tied up with Iza, so that was the concern here. We're just gonna see objectives being traded. Roaster Y feeling strong, but not strong enough. They don't want to risk losing the game here.
Has to use the Valkyrie to get away. The Rift Turret will go the way of Nova. Dragon finally goes over the Roaster Y. They're looking for a turret at the top side. Don't have to use the Rift Turret here. Just a turret pickup. That was first turret.
That's first turret. Yeah, both of these teams playing a lot slower.
It's almost 11 minutes.
A much slower game than we saw the last couple times around. And if this trend continues, maybe Roaster Y's team comp does hit the scaling brick points. As of now, it's still going to be hard. They're still going to need a bit more time. But they're edging ever so much closer to it. I think you're probably looking at 3-4 items here on the Cocky Orianna before you start winning team fights to be safe. And they're only at 2 items, so it's going to be a while more, granted.
Yeah, playing for that late game is something that Roaster Y want here, so they won't be too concerned about things taking a little bit longer in this series. We're in fact going to see 4 dragons spawn.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem right now. Because it's 4 dragons until you see the Elder, Nova cannot force the issue like they have been in the last couple games, and that should, I say should, give Roaster Y enough time to scale up.
A little bit more. We'll have to see if it is going to be enough.
Yeah.
Feels like the pressure from Nova has been amounting to be quite a bit.
Yeah. But to be fair, Roaster Y, they've been doing a great job in a lot of these team fights as well. Even if you look at the last few games in this series, a lot of the time, the team fight wins from Nova comes down to heroic performances from individual members like Long, like Iza, like Nian. This time around, though, the team comp, team fighting advantage should be on the side of Roaster Y.
I do like what they have here for Nova, though. With Nian coming into this one still, his Singe genuinely looks somewhat different than a lot of the other Singe plays that we've had so far. You know, knowing his limits, being aggressive enough to get that pick off.
Long is so smooth.
And of
timing
course,
that so well.
Long's performance here in this game, in this series.
Yeah, because you chunk out Nomel, that's the key to goal.
Redemption finds the fight. They start this one off under turret. A massive pickup here. The shockwave won't be able to be used. Luna goes down before it's able to be channeled. Luna gets a massive kick, knocks them back in between 4. Iza with the response, comes in with a mass injustice, knocks you up, knocks you down. Nova Esports run down Roaster Y in the mid lane. 2 chargers already with the Reptile and looking for a third, escorting it over. They should be able to get this one, Omo.
Not quite enough, just barely. I think if they stayed with it, a couple more hits would have been enough. But making the safe call here, backing away for Baron. And what was that team fight from Nova? That was full team fighting performances. Coca-Cola pop-up comes in. This one, of course, starts off with Yami tying up the entire team on the side of Roaster Y. Roaster Y regroup. They try to find the fight back. But because you regroup, because you group up, that sets up Long for the massive kick. And Iza for the Demacian Justice as well. Such a good performance. The fight continues.
Quickly teleporting in. Long over by the back of the pit. Wants to try and steal away the Baron, but he goes over to Luna in this exchange. Nova comes across now. Do with the jump. Leaves over to the back line, trying to take them down. Long goes down in that exchange. Yen over by the side.
Nian's dead.
Rule number 1, you don't chase the Singed. This is quite tantalizing. I am aware. Yes, I know. Guys, I know you want a Singe.
They got killed.
I know you want the Singe, guys. But don't chase the Singe. Look at what happens.
No.
Iza comes in, takes them down. They trade back for one more. But Do falls in the process.
You know, I thought they had him too. I completely understand why Roaster Y chose to chase. I thought they could kill him. I thought they could snowball the Baron steal to something massive here. But they do just take down Iza. Zero's going to be pushing into mid lane. Now the question's very important for Rose to Y. 1 minute and 15 seconds on the clock. What can you do with this Baron steal to try to run away with the game here?
We'll have to see if they have what it takes to finish this one
goodness.
off. Long gets the catch. Here we go. Moving in onto Rattel. Rattel taking auto tag after auto tag. The burn from Long for the kill pickup.
We're starting to hear the screams and shouts coming in from the players. They take down mid tier 2 on the side of Roast the Y. They're starting to even up the gold. Only 3,000 gold separates these two teams in match points for Nova.
I'll be honest, I cannot hear either of them right now. I'm so focused on this game. There's so much riding on this next
Grandin,
win.
teach us Pat.
I don't know how to respond to that. Hey, Omo, look at your hands.
No. We're not doing that over here. We're not doing that. I want to call back to the play that Nova had. It was a fantastic setup. It's a fantastic dive. What went wrong after that was their indecision around deciding, should we commit to the Baron, or do we commit to the mid lane inhibitor? Because they tried to do both. They snuck in a couple hits on the inhib, miscalculated how much the Herald would do, backed away to the Baron. That kind of gave Roast Y enough time to respawn, TP in, and get the steal down. If Nova was more decisive, they could have gotten either one, and instead they end up with neither. Roast Y now a little bit closer in the game, but still, it's such a close fight.
Package here for Roast Y as they start to run in. Zero comes through. Nomel acting as that front line. Isa trying to ignore the Braum and get into the back line as quickly as they can. Dragon going over the Roast Y's position. But Nova quickly fighting back for it, wrestling for this control.
Watch the shockwave.
Coming in, there we go. Long over to the pit, tries to get the flash away from Doe, and he manages to succeed.
That's a good package.
Rattel over by the back, and Long once again goes to the back line, kicks in Noel. Trying to finish off their first target, take down Zero. Zero comes in with the package, but still goes down. Rattel sent running,
Still
the silence comes through. Isa tries to chase after. Doe's still alive at this point. They need to quickly chase after, and yet slowed here. Remake flashes in, looking for an auto time to the bot side turret, still up. Roaster Y survive under turret.
Nova are trying to corral Roaster Y in right now, and they've successfully done it. How are you going to reapproach this Dragon?
Shockwave the catch onto Remake. A second onto Nyan. Nomel in position. The teleport's coming through. Roaster Y quickly recollect their forces. Get back into the Dragon pit. The Dragon goes over the Long, but Nova quickly sent running. Looking for the knockout. Yami with a beautiful knockout of his own.
You get the shockwave, you get the kills, but you still lose. Nova can do no wrong here. They lose 2 players, but they get mid lane in hit because they set up the waves. They get the Dragon because of Long, and they get the disengage because of Yami. Nova always finds something to answer back.
An unbelievable exchange on both sides. Roaster Y fighting tooth and nail here. Nova narrowly getting the Dragon, but the goal difference under 3,000 here.
And it always comes down to the same thing, Grandin. Heroic individual performances. We said we wanted to see Luna carry this game. He's trying his best on this Ariana. He came so close with the 2-man shockwave, but it wasn't enough. The kick from Long was the first step. He secured the Dragon. And because Nova, this time around, they got mid lane push in first, the wave took down the already low mid lane turret. That's the Dragon, that's the Herald,